up, there's a good man. I'm the new social worker here. I don't want to be late on my first morning, do I? Hey?
Me.
Oh, hello there. I'm Miss Forster.
Oh, Miss Forster,
Yes, I'm the new social worker here. Oh, look, you wouldn't mind carrying this for me, would you? Got a ton. Though one should say ton now, shouldn't one? Delighted to have the chance to work here, you know. Been shuffled around a bit by the department. Only a year off retiring. Wouldn't think to look at me, would you, eh? Been with them a long time. Good morning, all. I'm Miss Forster. Would one of you let the governor know I'm here?
I'm the governor, Miss Forster. Erica Davidson.
Fancy that. First person I met, eh? Should have spoken up.
Yes. This is Mr. Fletcher, my deputy governor, and Officer Bennett.
How do you do?
Hello.
Well, I'll leave you with Mr. Fletcher, and I'll pop in and see you later in the day when you get settled in.
Righto.
Mrs. Davidson, Mr. Douglas is waiting in your office for you.
Well, I wish you told me so immediately, Miss Bennett.
Well, lead on to my office, dear. I'd like to get the feel of my new home.
Righto, this way.
I hope the office is a decent size. I've got quite a few things, you know. Bit of a collector. Like to have my own things around me.
There you are. Big enough for you, Miss Forster?
Oh, yes, it'll do quite nicely after I've fixed it up a bit.
Right, well, I'll leave you to it then.
Oh, yes, one thing, dear.
You can call me Jim if you prefer.
Righto, Jim.
Well, you're going to ask me something?
Oh, yes. I was wondering whether one or two of the prisoners might be able to fetch me a few things from the car. I've got quite a bit.
Yes, well, I suppose that could be arranged.
Oh, we'll probably need your help too, dear. Some of my cartons are a decent size. I hope it's not too heavy for you, dear.
Not at all.
Oh, well, perhaps you'd care to lend a hand too, dear.
Well, I've got better things to do.
Yes, I suppose you must get busy.
Good morning, Miss Forster.
Oh, Mr. Douglas, how nice to see you again.
I see you're just settling in.
Oh, well, it'll take a while to get the place just the way I like it.
Well, all the very best in your new job.
Hello. I'm Meg Jackson.
I'm Miss Forster.
I hope you're going to like working with us. I've brought you some files on prisoners that you may need to be conversant with.
Oh, put them over there, dear, somewhere, will you?
Well, one you want to study is on a woman called Beatrice Smith. She tends to be something of a self-styled leader. There's not much goes on that Bea doesn't know about.
Oh, really? Would you care to join me in a cuppa, dear?
Oh, no, not at the moment, thank you.
Oh, well, then perhaps you might like to plug in the jug for me.
We do have a staff room, you know, where we have our tea and coffee breaks and eat our lunch. Perhaps you'd like me to show you where it is?
Oh, that won't be necessary, dear. I'm quite self-sufficient. I bring a packed lunch every day, and I have my electric jug and my tea bags.
Wouldn't you like some company?
Oh, no. I've got plenty to occupy my mind. No need to fill my time with pointless chatter.
But it would give you a chance to meet some more of the staff.
Oh, I'm sure I'll make their acquaintance in due course. As I say, you're quite welcome to join me in a cuppa.
Oh, no, thanks. I was just going to the staff room.
Well, don't let me detain you, dear. The prisoner is ready to go back to her cell, dear.
My name is Miss Bennett.
Yes, dear. Would you care for a cup of tea before you go?
I haven't got time to be drinking cups of tea.
As you wish.
Come on, White.
But, Miss Forster,
Get a move on.
Good night, all.
Oh, Miss Forster, I must apologise. I haven't had a chance to talk to you properly today.
Oh, it's no problem, dear. I've got myself nicely settled in.
Good. Well, we'll have a chat tomorrow.
As you wish. Bye-bye.
Oh, Miss Forster. Would you get her back, please, Mr. Fletcher? She hasn't signed off.
What a tiresome lot of nonsense, all this signing in and signing out.
Yes, I know, but it is the regulation, Miss Forster.
All right. Good night again.
Good afternoon. Good night, indeed. Have you seen what time it is? She should be putting in another couple of hours.
Well, it is the first day. Perhaps she's a bit tired.
Well, she's not going to be overworked if she keeps on at this rate.
Don't worry, Butchie. We'll soon have you out of that nasty old box. Poor little Butchie. Having to travel in a nasty old box. But you'll have plenty of room in here. Come on, darling. There we are. Oh, poor Butchie. Oh. Oh, hello, dear. This is Butchie. What was your name again?
Fletcher, Jim Fletcher, Miss Forster.
Yes, well, Butchie, this is Mr. Fletcher.
Miss Forster, really, I don't think animals are allowed on the premises.
Oh, nonsense. Butchie's no ordinary animal. He's my companion. He's been taken care of, and he's house trained, so you can see he'll be no trouble at all.
Miss Forster, White was asking about her solicitor.
Who?
Kay White, the new prisoner. She's in here on remand. You were talking to her yesterday.
Oh, yes.
Well, are you going to contact legal aid?
Oh, that's a good idea. Would you look up the index for me, dear, will you? Come on, Butchie. Oh, little Butchie. Must be very thirsty. There we are. Oh. Yes, we'll soon get you right.
Yeah, it's ringing, Miss Forster.
What?
The legal aid.
Oh, yes. Hello? This is Miss Forster, the social worker from Wentworth Detention Centre. We expect a visit from one of your solicitors today. Thank you. Now, there we are.
Do you think you should have spoken to them like that?
What was that, dear?
Well, legal aid. I mean, shouldn't you show them a little bit more respect? You'll never get a lawyer out here like that.
Miss Forster, I've noticed you haven't been spending very much time in the prison.
Oh, as much as is necessary, dear. I don't see any point in sticking around a stuffy old office all day when there's nothing much to do.
Well, I have found, as I am sure you have, that quite a lot of the women are rather reticent in seeking help. Perhaps if you went through their files, you could talk to them about their problems.
Oh, I'm always there to listen, I assure you.
Not always.
I hope you're not questioning my work.
I know you have a very good reputation to live up to.
One of the best.
And as you only have one more year to go before retirement, it would be a pity to spoil it.
Come in if you're good looking. Oh, watch out for the kitty tray. Not that he needs a tray, he's so good. But we can all have our little accidents, can't we?
Are you quite safe up there?
Take the watering can, will you, dear?
Do you need any help?
No, I'm fine. Now, would anyone like a cup of tea?
Oh, no, thank you, Miss Forster. Mrs. Birdsworth was wondering if you had a few minutes to spare.
Of course, you can have all morning.
Well, I'm afraid she hasn't got all morning.
Sit down, dear. It's just about time for Butchie's morning tea. Oh, do you know where I found him yesterday? Asleep in the filing cabinet.
Yeah, where he couldn't be disturbed.
What was that, dear?
I reckon my file's in that cabinet, along with me application for me half a day out.
No, I think I sent that to the department.
You think?
Oh, was it the letter I was trying to find? You did give me a letter, didn't you, dear? From your sister?
From me daughter, Helen.
Oh, yes, I remember now. You wanted to see the new baby.
What bloody baby? I wanted to see me granddaughter in hospital. I told you, she's having an operation.
Oh, then we must do something about that.
That's what you said last time. Oh, Mr. Reed had his faults, but at least he got things done.
Don't worry, I'll see to it.
When? She's going to have a poor little leg down the salvo.
Oh, dear then. We've left it a bit late, haven't we?
We've left it a bit late. I've never seen anyone in my life drag a chain like you do. You're slow as a wet week. You lazy bitch.
Oh, how can you speak to someone like that who's trying to help you?
Help me. You're more yak than yakka. That's what you are.
Don't you speak to me like that.
I'll show you.
Leave that alone. Oh, you just wait till I catch you.
I'll try. Go on, you couldn't catch a bloody cold.
Stop that at once.
What is going on here? We can hear you halfway down the hall.
I've got to see the governor, Mrs. Jackson.
And I want to see the governor about her.
What is all this about?
You know my application to see Josie. She hasn't even sent it. And she's lost me letter to Ellen, too.
Miss Forster. Miss Forster.
Miss Forster. Miss Forster. Come on. Come on now. Wake up. Wake up.
In a minute. In a minute. Hello, dear.
Are you all right?
Of course I'm all right. You wanted to see me. What did you want to see me about now?
It's nothing important.
Then why are you here?
Well, it's lunchtime. I thought you'd care to join us for lunch in the staff room.
Oh, no. I always bring my own lunch. Butchie likes me to eat with him. Perhaps you'd care to join me for lunch. Maybe you'd like to share my sprouts.
Sprouts?
Yes. Bean sprouts, carrots, beans, onions. Raw food, dear. It keeps one alert. I thought I might try it. I've been feeling a little bit tired of late.
What, you've been having trouble sleeping?
Yes, I have. Lately. Touch of indigestion. Oh. I must say I prefer them in soup. Would you care for one?
No, Miss Forster. I won't rob you of your lunch. I'll bring something back from the kitchen.
Did you see her?
Cancel that order for a doctor, would you, Wendy?
What about the ambulance?
You rang for an ambulance?
Well, Miss Bennett said...
Well, cancel it. Quick, smart.
But is she all right?
You know, there's nothing like bean sprouts for keeping you alert, Miss Bennett. You should try them.
Well, she is all right.
Did you know that people who eat raw food don't panic like people who don't?
Could you stop fooling about? What happened?
She fell asleep.
Forster, Mrs. Birdsworth has been given leave to see her granddaughter in hospital. I have asked Mrs. Jackson to make the arrangements. This was your job. I hope in the future you will deal with such requests with a little more efficiency.
That Erica. She has a hasty tongue. This is not for you. You've got a nice, warm fur coat to keep you warm. Hello, dear. Oh, you're just in time for a cup of tea.
No, thanks, Miss Forster. One of the long-term prisoners is here to see you. B. Smith.
Oh, I suppose I've got a foul on her, but I don't want to disturb Butchie at the moment. Could you put me into the picture?
Well, she's in for murder. First her husband's lover, and then the husband.
Oh, dear me, she does sound a hardened criminal. Shouldn't you stay?
She's calmed down a lot since then. Smith. B. Smith, this is Miss Forster.
Sit down, Beatrice.
Beatrice?
That is your name, is it not?
I suppose it is.
And what do you want?
Doreen Burns came to see you yesterday.
I saw a young woman called Dolly.
That was Doreen. She came about an overnight pass to visit her husband.
Another prisoner's leave is of no concern of yours.
I just want to see she gets it, that's all.
She will in good time, Beatrice.
Well, that's not good enough. How about you have a shot at it tonight?
That's enough, Smith. How dare you try and pressure me?
I'm just trying to get you in your wheelchair on the road. You are supposed to help us, you know, not play with that bloody cat all day long.
You can tell your friend Dolly that I do not respond to scare tactics.
You wouldn't respond to a drowning man, you stupid old cow. We could rot for all you care. All you do is sit in here and knit and draw a fat salary and don't give a damn. Well, I'm warning you, if you don't smarten yourself up, I will personally see
You
to
will
it.
personally see to what?
Well, come on, spit it out. I won't bite you. What's the trouble?
I want to have an abortion.
You what?
I'm pregnant and I don't want to have it.
Are you sure you're pregnant?
Yeah, I'm 3 weeks late.
Oh, Doreen, there's no way I'd recommend an abortion.
But you said that
I said people should avoid having children when they can't afford them. But when it's your own little baby, well, you must make it welcome. Maybe it's come at an inconvenient time, but it's your own little baby nevertheless.
But I don't want it.
Oh, but Doreen, you feel differently when it's here.
You've got to get me an abortion.
Doreen, I couldn't be abide of such wickedness. I mean, we're talking about a human life, a defenseless, innocent little person.
But it's not a person yet.
It's a person, he or she is from the moment of conception.
Oh!
Abortion, indeed. I want you to give your wife a good talking to. Do you know the silly girl wants to have an abortion? All right, Butchie, don't be impatient.
Miss Forster?
Oh, Mrs. Davidson, won't be a moment. Come in, dear. Now, what do we owe the pleasure of this visit?
It's about Doreen Burns. I see you've allowed her a second visit this week. Is there any special reason for this?
Oh, yes, dear. Poor little Doreen is pregnant. And you know what? The silly girl wanted to have an abortion. So I brought Kevin in to persuade her against such an evil act.
Oh, I see.
Well, that's what I'm here for, surely. Do you care for some tea?
No, thank you. I have a great deal of work to do, as I'm sure you have.
Oh, no, I'm not too pushed at the moment now that I've solved Doreen's little problem.
What about the other women? Now that the factory project has been abandoned, we need to look at other rehabilitation programs. I thought you might have some ideas.
Oh, no. I've been far too busy settling in here, but I'm sure something will come to mind.
Well, the need for alternative projects is rather urgent.
Yes, I understand. Now, is there anything else?
I believe you've seen Kay White.
Oh, yes, poor girl. A dreadful affliction. Compulsive gambling.
We'll be discussing Kay at our next classification meeting, so if you have any ideas, perhaps you could jot them down and we could go over them then.
Good. I'm sure I could be quite useful there.
Well, I'll be expecting you in my office at 5:30 tomorrow with the other staff.
I'll be there. Oh, Butchie, he just loves that tin food. Oh, dear. I'm a public servant, and if you're worried about me getting the sack, you can forget it. They never sack anyone.
Yes, but they could seek an early retirement.
Oh, thanks for the warning, dear, but there's no need to worry about me. I'll be all right.
Yes, well, I hope so. Well, I'd better be getting about my duties.
Yes, dear. See you later. Butchie, what are they trying to do to us? We don't do anyone any harm. They push us from pillar to post. And now they want to retire us. Then what will we do? Hey.
What do you want to see me about?
Well, I didn't want you to think that I'd forgotten about you, so I'm just letting you know that although the department haven't yet approved of your day release, I'll still keep pestering
Miss
them.
Forster?
It's okay, Mrs. Jackson. You're too late.
Oh, well, I take it that you and Kevin have sorted out what you're going to do with your child.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of it.
Now, listen to me, my girl. We've had this out before. If you're going against your husband's wishes, I'll see that he takes out a court order against it.
You stupid old bag!
Doreen, no!
If I could have got out in time, you mightn't have left me, but
Come on,
oh no, you
Doreen.
couldn't get off your butt
Wait
to put in my
outside.
application! You bloody old bitch!
Why didn't you warn me? The last I heard, Kevin was going to talk to her about keeping their child.
Now, that was days ago, Miss Forster. And if you'd been keeping up with the reports, you'd know by now that the baby isn't Kevin's, that Doreen's pregnant because she was raped. And if you'd given me half a chance to explain, not half an hour ago, Kevin told her he wanted a divorce.
Well, I should have been informed.
You were, by the reports.
Oh, I've dozens of reports to read. All it would have taken was one simple telephone call from any one of you. I'm well aware the staff don't like me, Mrs. Jackson. Mr. Fletcher warned me. But if you're trying to prove it, I'm not doing my job. It'll take more than that to get rid of me. My qualifications are above reproach.
Qualifications are of no use unless they are followed by results. To date, that leaves a lot to be desired.
Morning, dear.
Hello, Miss Forster. Miss Forster, look, I'm sorry to go on about this, but you've forgotten to sign on again.
Oh, we've done it again, Butchie. Thou must sign the book, for until you sign the book, thou shalt be invisible to the rest of the public service. I'm surprised you actually said hello before I signed the wretched document.
Agnes?
Mrs. Davidson.
Yes?
Don't think I don't know what you've been up to. I'm tendering my resignation as of now. I'll move my things out of the office straight away. I'll be out of this place at the earliest possible moment.
Miss Forster, I just called in to say how sorry I am that things didn't work out for either of us.
Oh, yes.
I am sorry, believe me.
About what? That my presence caused a minor disruption in the smooth running of your petty bureaucracy.
You know that's not true.
Not altogether false, either.
Miss Forster, I am sorry, but I am responsible for seeing that this prison operates smoothly.
Whatever the cost.
I have to cater to the needs of everyone, and however much I respect your reputation.
I have found that the new generation of soulless administrators in this department has no respect.
I can understand how upset you are.
I doubt it. I doubt if you have the slightest idea.
Miss Forster, I'm sure I can arrange a transfer for you.
Palm me off, you mean?
Of course not.
Thanks all the same, but I do have my pride.
Pride has nothing to do with it. I am sure you are placing yourself in unnecessary financial difficulty.
As I said, I doubt if you have the slightest idea. Now, if you don't mind, I still have quite a bit of packing to do.
And where's the cat today?
Butchie stayed at home today. He doesn't like the atmosphere here. It's bad for his health.
Have you ever heard such rubbish?
You sure you're going to be all right?
Yes. Couldn't be better. Come on. You know, there's an old saying, isn't there? One door closes, another door opens. This is the end of my working life. You mustn't worry, Jim. Who knows where the next door might lead? Thank you for being so nice.